Coming up in today's episode of Theme Park Newsroom, we're going to be paying tribute to a recently closed attraction at Disney's Hollywood Studios, share the initial details as well as our predictions on a brand new horror house announced for Halloween Horror Nights this year, and discuss a potential rumoured addition for the future of Silver Dollar City. It's a very Americanized episode on Monday the 9th of June 2025, but anyway, either way, welcome to Theme Park Newsroom right here on the Coaster Chall channel. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, welcome to Theme Park Newsroom again, right here on the Coaster Chall channel. It's another jam-packed episode, a ride closed, a maze announced or horror house announced, as well as the rumour of a potential reimagining of an attraction or a new style of attraction coming into a park in America. It's all America today. It's all an Americanized episode, so make sure you are liking the video, subscribing if you're not already, commenting your thoughts down below, subscribing, as hit notification bell so you never miss another video as well. Also, make sure you go check out all the other content as well. Make sure you check out the first edition of Theme Park Talk, our brand new interview series where we talk to JB Thrills over in the States ahead of the new Giga Dive Coaster going to Six Flags Over Texas in 2026. So make sure you do check out Theme Park Talk. Make sure you stay tuned for Alton Towers content at the end of June. And make sure you stay tuned for all the stuff we've got coming up from the rest of the parks over the next few months. But anyway, let's get straight into this video. Let's talk about the latest theme park news, and we're going to start with Disney's Hollywood Studios. It's quite a somber note that we're going to be starting on today because Disney's Hollywood Studios has closed an iconic attraction for a brand new development, and that is Muppet Vision 3D. Opened back on the 16th of May 1991, exactly 1 year after the passing of iconic Muppets creator Jim Henson, it was his final directorial project and remains a cherished part of his incredible legacy. Co-produced by Walt Disney Imagineering and Jim Henson Productions, starring Kermit, Miss Piggy, Gonzo and more, this attraction featured a 15-minute 3D film with live 4D effects such as animatronics, smoke and bubbles combined with live performers. On the 7th of June 2025, after 34 years of operation, the attraction closed its doors for good, and it was also the last time the Muppets Courtyard, Pizza Rizzo and nearby venues were also open. Before we talk about what's next for the Muppets and the current area of the attraction, we have to share our thoughts on Muppet Vision 3D. Now, again, I can't speak too much on this because I never got the chance to experience it myself. However, from the POVs that I saw, from the videos that I saw around the area, around the courtyard, from everything that's been said from other people about the attraction, it definitely seemed like a real family fun-filled favourite. It was an attraction that really delighted people, it was an attraction that really delighted all audiences of all ages, and it's something that will live on in the history books of the Disney parks. And I am really sad to be losing this attraction. It's an absolute classic. Obviously there is a reason for it, which we'll go into in a little bit, but Muppet Vision 3D was just this astonishing piece of work that just shone like the brightest star. And for me personally, it's something that we should all get behind. I think it's an attraction that we all loved, whether we experienced it or not. It all looked fantastic. And it's a shame to be losing such an iconic, beautiful attraction and such a touching part of Jim Henson's legacy. You know, this is his final directorial project, so this was something, the last thing he took charge of in terms of creating and helping bring it to life. And it feels like a part of Jim Henson's kind of gone away with the removal of this attraction. Of course, the Muppets aren't completely going away, and we'll talk about that later on, but to let Muppet Vision 3D go after all this is just, you know, it's a really sad moment for the theme park industry and for Muppet fans everywhere. Now, we did mention that this attraction is going away for a specific reason, and that reason is a brand new land that's set to take over that part of the courtyard overall in the future. So let's bring you the details of what we know so far. The entire Muppets Courtyard and Grand Avenue area will be transformed into Monstropolis, a brand new themed land themed around the Monsters Inc. franchise made by Disney and Pixar. And this new land will feature some very exciting things, including a new theatre show, dining and shops, all aligned with the Monsters Inc. brand. But the most exciting thing is this. A brand new Disney suspended roller coaster based on the iconic door vault scene from the original Monsters Inc. film, and I cannot wait for this brand new roller coaster to open. Now you're sat there thinking at home, well, Monsters Inc.'s coming into the Muppet Courtyard and Grand Avenue area, so what's the future for the Muppets? They're not going away, what's happening with them? Well, this is where Rock and Roller Coaster comes into the mix. The beloved Muppets aren't leaving and are instead relocating to the Rock and Roller Coaster in Sunset Boulevard, replacing Aerosmith in a Muppet-themed rock festival featuring all of the characters and music with screams and laughter. There is plenty of time to experience Rock and Roller Coaster starring Aerosmith over at the Hollywood Studios, but the Muppets are taking over the Rock and Roller Coaster, and I actually think that's quite a smart move. And I know, a lot of people won't be happy with the fact that Aerosmith's going away and the original Rock and Roller Coaster won't be what it was, but I actually think it's quite a smart family-orientated move when you've got the Muppets coming in. If they theme it really well, develop the story correctly, I think Disney could really pull this off. And I'm not just saying it to be positive for positive's sake. I do think that as a theme park journalist, I do look for the positives in everything, or try to at least. And I do see positives with this. I think that if you, like I say, if you story it correctly and if you devise it out creatively enough, I do think the Muppets bringing in their own rock festival as the theme for Rock and Roller Coaster, I think that's a pretty smart move for the family. So, and it could bring in a lot more, younger thrill seekers that want to try the bigger rides. I think it could be quite a smart move for Disney. So we're going to keep our eyes on that. We'll keep our eyes on the latest construction around the Muppets taking over Rock and Roller Coaster. Of course, the construction of Monstropolis, the brand new land with the suspender coaster, that's going to be open in the future as well. And there's quite a lot of changes coming to Disney all around, not just Hollywood Studios, but California Adventure, Disneyland Resort Paris, the Disney Studios Park, which will become Disney Adventure World over in France. There's a lot of change with the Disney parks all around the world, and I am all here for it. Someone actually tweeted that this could actually be the most exciting decade to be a Disney park fan. And I actually agree with them. Yes, there's, there's things that tie away from the originals, and there's things that maybe not a lot of people will like, but at the end of the day, parks have got to develop, parks have got to keep moving forward. You can't just keep the same thing for 50, 60, 70 years. So you've got to move forward with the times, you've got to keep moving, and these are how parks evolve. This is how parks evolve, whether they're good decisions or bad decisions eventually. They evolve, and parks have to evolve. And I think that I think for me this has been the right move. I think bringing in Monsters Inc. is fantastic into that particular area of the park. I think it's situated perfectly. I think the Muppets taking over Rock and Roller Coaster, if creatively done right, is a very smart decision. So we're going to keep our eyes on this, but some big news coming out of Disney Hollywood Studios. Now let's move on with the next story. And we go back to Halloween Horror Nights. Now we spoke about this with the Five Nights at Freddy announcement, and now this week, or this past week, they've announced the Fallout Horror House attraction, where guests are set to start in Vault 33 following Lucy McLear as she escapes a bloody massacre, before then emerging into the eradicated wasteland, filled with scavengers, raiders, rad roaches, and more. Key scenes could potentially include Super Duper Mart, encountering the Ghoul, and meeting Maximus in T60 power armor, depending on which event you experience, whether that's Orlando or Hollywood, because both could slightly differ from each other to offer alternate experiences. The creative team collaborated closely with the Fallout TV production, gaining access to official assets, and according to Universal show directors, this is amongst the most ambitious haunts in Halloween Horror Nights history. A new Fallout themed merch will also be available, including t-shirts, tumblers, and collective puzzle art. So Fallout is on its way to Halloween Horror Nights, and I for one, again, am very excited about this news. I think the Fallout TV show has been a massive hit, and for me, I think they've got a lot of creative potential with this one. I think that, just think back to, a decade or so ago, or whatever, when we were playing the Fallout video games on our PlayStations, on our Xboxes, on our PCs, or any other creative video game device. Imagine the old Fallout games, and now we're seeing it as a TV show, and we're now seeing it as a haunted horror house in Orlando and Hollywood Universal Studios. The creative potential with this is spot on. As we said there, enter through Vault 33, encounter all these different creatures and all these different beings. It's going to be a wonderful experience. It's going to be, you know, Universal's saying it, it's one of the most ambitious haunts they've ever done in the history of Halloween Horror Nights. So what does that entail? What could that entail? Could that entail effects that have maybe not ever been used in a scare maze before? Could that entail certain themes and ideas that have never been incorporated into a Halloween attraction before? There's plenty of world-first opportunities with this particular attraction, but Fallout for me as itself is a very unique thing to go for, and I think that with the success of the TV show, it's only right Universal capitalise on that as not just a business, but a theme park resort destination to provide a new outlook on the, you know, theme park experience and bring a new IP into their whole branding setup to do with attractions and experiences and potential haunts across the park over the year. So Fallout for me is a very interesting thing to go for regardless, but nevertheless I am very excited about this. I think there's a lot of potential with this one, and some of the things they could include: Pepper Ghost effects, animatronics, live actors, special effects. They could make this a whole movie studio type walkthrough experience almost, with a bit of scare thrown in there. So I'm very, very excited about this one. I'm intrigued to see how this is going to look. No doubt there'll be POVs, etc. of the maze once it comes out or once it gets revealed to the public. I think this could be a very interesting attraction, and I think that they've made the right decision with this particular move. Now let's go into our final and most interesting story. Silver Dollar City in Missouri will be introducing what looks to be a potential new attraction in the future. Now, a major clearing has been noticed as visible between American Plunge, Wildfire and Powder Keg, and tunnel extensions on American Plunge have been underway. Now you're probably thinking, what is the rumour that could be going on in that particular site? Well, again, first of all, before I go into this story in full, take what I say with a pinch of salt. However, Screamscape has stated that a source sent their way says rumours are to believe that a potential Mine Train roller coaster will be coming to the park. Now, you guys are probably thinking the same thing I'm thinking. Why would you bring in another Mine Train when you've already got one? Well, this is where the next part of the rumour kind of comes into effect as via Screamscape. Here is what we've heard. Why build a new Mine Train when Thunderation already exists? Well, according to Screamscape via their source, last year's severe storm heavily damaged the Thunderation attraction, with several trees falling on the ride, triggering operational issues and prompting a temporary closure. And it's hardly surprising from this incident that the rumours are now suggesting that this season could mark the final season for the Thunderation ride. Again, you've got to take that with a huge pinch of salt. It's not confirmed or denied by the park as of yet. We can't officially confirm this news. It's just what's been reported via Screamscape as an official rumour via their sources sent their way. We're reporting it on here and talking about it and sharing our thoughts. So if rumours are to be believed, and if we take that with a pinch of salt, that it is the final season for Thunderation, the rumour is, and we'll go into it in a bit more detail later on, that it will be a potential extension or major reimagining of the Thunderation attraction using the site that's been under construction of the way in between American Plunge, Wildfire, and also Powder Keg, with the tunnels around American Plunge being utilised as part of the reimagined layout of the new Mine Train experience. So for those of you who don't know what Thunderation is, let me give you some facts and stats about the ride. Back in 1992, Silver Dollar City revealed plans for its first real roller coaster, which was Thunderation, a runway mine train style attraction built by Aerodynamics, and it opened back in 1993. Originally, and here's an ironic fact, the third and fifth cars faced backwards, enhancing rider unpredictability, but this feature was discontinued after the 2010 season. And in 2024, despite its quirks, it remained one of the park's busiest roller coasters, with a reported nearly 900,000 riders, making it the third most popular after Wildfire and Fire in the Hole. So here is the main bulk of the rumour, including the details that we could be potentially expecting if the rumour is believed to be true. A Mack Mine Train coaster has been mentioned, possibly similar to the existing themed Thunderation style and fitting the terrain of the layout, and the rumours include an ambitious layout including 3 lift hills, onboard audio and immersive theming, essentially upgrading the original Thunderation experience. And the big rumour is a 2027 opening. So Thunderation, is it going away? Is it staying as it is? Will it be changed for 2027? We can't really say much more than this at this stage on this particular story, because of course it is still, take it with a pinch of salt at this stage. Screamscape sources are saying it, that it's potentially in the works. It could be the last season this year for Thunderation. We'll possibly know more. I'd say if Silver Dollar City announces Thunderation's closure sort of by the end of the summer, around the autumn time, you know, before the end of the season, if the park officially announced that Thunderation's going to be shut after this season, I would say the rumours looking more likely to be true, because you never know. They could close Thunderation at the end of the season, but they could also bring in a brand new roller coaster from scratch and just take the whole Thunderation down. So for me, it feels like it could be a very interesting story. I'm going to keep close eyes on this one. It could be the start of a potentially very exciting project. Silver Dollar City's been producing some incredible ride projects over the last few years, last decade, with, you know, dating back to even Outlaw Run, the RMC in 2013. You've got the reimagined or the brand new version of Fire in the Hole made by RMC that only came in the last year or two. So, you know, Silver Dollar City is known for these big projects and go big or go home. That's the message from the United States parks. Go big or go home. And for me, I think that if rumour is to be believed, and if the Screamscape sources reporting this to Screamscape, who are reporting this rumour, are to be confirmed, then I think this would be a very good way to go about it. I do think this would be a good way to go about it. I think that Thunderation, if the rumour is true, and Thunderation will be reimagined with 3 lift hills, onboard audio, probably a tunnel element, including, you know, where the construction is happening at the minute in between American Plunge, Wildfire, Powder Keg. If the layout is extending around there, and they're going to completely reimagine it with a new storyline, new theming, new name, and a completely new reimagined experience, I think that could be absolutely fantastic. Yes, Silver Dollar City isn't a Disney park, but look at what they did with the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train over at Disney in the States. Look at the potential that ride had, and look at the potential it reached when it opened. Because Seven Dwarfs Mine Train was a heavily themed experience in the Fantasyland area of that park. And this could be a potentially very exciting addition. I do have genuine, and I mean this when I say this, genuine hope for this one, if the rumour is confirmed to be true later down the line. Like I said, at this stage, we can't confirm or deny anything. We're just speaking from what we've seen via Screamscape sources, and sources reporting to Screamscape. And all I'll say is, I think this could be a fantastic addition. Thank you all very, very much for watching this episode of Theme Park Newsroom. Make sure you stay tuned for more coming down the line. We've got plenty more content to come, including stuff from Alton Towers, stuff from the other parks. We're already prepping for Halloween this year. I know it's not even August yet, but we're already prepping for Halloween this year. Got at least 2 press nights coming in 2025 to 2 events that we have done previously, and I cannot wait to bring you all of that in those videos in October. We're hoping, fingers crossed, if all being goes well, to go to Alton Towers Scarefest this year as well in the first weekend of the event at the end of September. So fingers crossed we might be able to get to that one as well. If not, it'll be an October visit. We do want to try Thought Park Fright Nights for the first time this year as well, so we'll keep our eyes peeled on that one. And there's loads of potential events we could go to this year. It's all up in the air at the minute, further down the line, but we'll reveal more details as we get them. But thank you very much for watching this episode of Theme Park Newsroom. Make sure you do like, comment, subscribe, hit notification bell so you never miss another video. Stay tuned for more content, including more theme park talks, some future prediction videos that are going to be coming your way over the next week or 2. And for now, ladies and gentlemen, I am the CHALL, Doncaster born but built for theme park news. Keep living the coaster life, and I'll see you guys in the next edition very, very soon. Take care and have a Muppet-tastic day. Little tribute there to Muppet Vision 3D. Gone but not forgotten.